Something electric happened in Nashville last Tuesday, a night that started with a football summit and ended in country music history. Picture this: Taylor Swift, arguably the world's biggest pop star, on a stage surrounded by NFL legends and country crooners, belting out "Shake It Off" for a crowd that thought they were just there to talk tight ends and touchdowns. But as with all things Taylor Swift, there was more to the story. So much more that fans, reporters, and even the locals are still buzzing about it. How did a football summit become one of the most talked about celebrity nights of the year? The answer lies in the surprising, heartwarming, and downright fun intersection of sports, music, romance, and a little bit of honky-tonk magic. First, let's set the scene. Tight End University, or TU, isn't your average sports gathering. Created in 2021 by NFL stars Travis Kelce, Greg Olsen, and George Kittle, TU was dreamed up as a place where tight ends from all over the country could come together, share tips, and bond over their unique role on the field. There are film studies, on-field drills, and plenty of war stories swapped over barbecue and cold drinks. But no one, certainly not the founders, expected pop royalty to crash the party. This year, however, the energy around TU was different. Travis Kelce, Kansas City Chiefs superstar and known prankster, had a secret weapon: his girlfriend, Taylor Swift. Their high-profile romance has been making headlines since it started, but nothing could have prepared the crowd for what was about to unfold. The night began like any other at TU's annual Tight Ends and Friends concert held at the iconic Brooklyn Bowl in Nashville. The lineup already boasted country stars like Kane Brown, Chase Rice, and Jordan Davis. But then, whispers started spreading through the crowd. Taylor was in the building. Fans watched as Taylor, dressed in a fun and flirty black corset top, pleated skirt, and knee-high boots, chatted animatedly with Travis. He, in turn, looked every bit the country star himself in a green and black pattern set, cowboy hat perched on his head. The chemistry between the two was undeniable, a mix of comfort and excitement that only comes from sharing both the spotlight and a genuine connection. And then, as the band struck up "Shake It Off," Taylor made her way to the stage, microphone in hand. The room erupted. This wasn't just a celebrity cameo. This was Taylor Swift giving an impromptu performance for a room of NFL stars, their friends, and a few lucky fans who suddenly found themselves at the most exclusive concert in town. Anyone who's ever seen Taylor perform knows she's a master of stagecraft, and on this night, she was in rare form. But fans quickly noticed something different about this performance. As she delivered the now iconic line, "And to the fella over there with the hella good hair," her gaze shifted again and again to the left side of the stage. Social media lit up with speculation. Was she singing to Travis? Cameras caught him there, just out of the spotlight, cowboy hat pulled low but unmistakably beaming at her. In videos that quickly went viral, Travis could be seen singing along, grinning from ear to ear, and shouting encouragement, "Hell yeah, darling," and "Yeah, baby," as Taylor danced her way through the chorus. Travis so proud of Taylor, one fan wrote on X, while another declared, "Husband and wife." The room wasn't just witnessing a concert. They were witnessing a moment of genuine affection between two superstars, both at the top of their respective games, cheering each other on. What made the night truly special wasn't just the star power or the surprise factor. It was the intimacy. Taylor, who has spent the last year selling out stadiums on her Eras tour, was suddenly performing in a small, packed venue, sharing a song and a glance with the man she loves. For Travis, who's used to the roar of NFL crowds, this was a different kind of adrenaline rush. Their relationship, often seen through the lens of paparazzi photos and glossy magazine covers, suddenly felt real and relatable. Here were two people, both wildly successful, supporting each other in a way that transcended the usual celebrity spectacle. Fans in attendance couldn't stop talking about the chemistry. "It felt like we were intruding on something private," said one, "but in the best way possible. You could just tell how much fun they were having together." Of course, no Nashville night would be complete without a trip to a honky-tonk. After her show-stopping performance, Taylor and Travis slipped away from the Brooklyn Bowl and made their way to Luke Combs' Category 10 bar, a local hotspot known for its down-home vibe and killer country playlist. Again, it was the small moments that made the biggest impression. As they strolled into the after-party, Travis protectively wrapped his arm around Taylor, both of them laughing and smiling as cameras flashed. For a couple used to being in the public eye, they looked completely at ease, as if this was just another night out, albeit one with a few more cowboy hats than usual. Inside, the pair mingled with friends, danced to country classics, and posed for selfies with fans. Taylor, ever the fashion icon, drew admiring glances for her playful yet elegant outfit, while Travis's cowboy hat became an instant conversation starter. A few onlookers even reported seeing the two share a slow dance, lost in their own world as the music played on. By morning, the city was still buzzing. Social media was flooded with photos, videos, and breathless accounts from those lucky enough to be there. Local DJs debated whether this would go down as the most legendary night in recent Nashville history. Sports writers mused about whether Travis's off-field charisma could rival his on-field prowess. And Swifties everywhere dissected every wink, smile, and lyric for hidden meaning. Meanwhile, TU organizers were already fielding questions about next year. Would Taylor be back? Would other pop stars crash the party? One thing was certain: the bar had been set sky high, and the intersection of football and pop music had never looked so fun. So why did this night capture the public imagination? Partly, it's the irresistible draw of two worlds colliding. There's something endlessly fascinating about seeing superstars from different arenas find common ground, and even more so when romance is involved. But deeper than that, it's the sense of spontaneity and joy. In a world where so many celebrity moments feel scripted or staged, this was a night that unfolded organically. A football summit became a pop concert, a star athlete became a backup singer, and fans became part of a story they'll tell for years. For Taylor and Travis, it was another chapter in a love story that keeps surprising us. For the rest of us, it was a reminder that sometimes the best nights are the ones you never saw coming. As the dust settles in Nashville, fans are already speculating about what's next for the power couple. Will Taylor show up at more NFL events? Will Travis join her on stage for a duet? Will the worlds of sports and music continue to collide in new, unexpected ways? One thing's for sure: whether they're on the field, on the stage, or just out on the town, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are rewriting the rules of what it means to be a superstar couple, and we can't wait to see what they do next. And if you ever find yourself in Nashville, keep your eyes peeled. You never know when the worlds of football and pop might collide again, turning an ordinary night into something unforgettable.